Okay, are we on? Yeah, we're on, right?
Yeah, we're on.
Okay. Yep, now we're on. I could hear us now. Well, everybody, we don't have the intro today, due to some technical problems, right? I guess you want to call it that, or actually due to human technical problems, because our usual engineer has got uh, he's got a little bit of an ailment, so
we wish Tony the best that he
Yes,
gets
we wish Tony
I
well.
believe he's returning tomorrow for his own podcast.
Yes, his show
Yes.
Knock 'em Dead
so
will
tune
actually
in for that tomorrow morning.
Yeah, he's
going to
air tomorrow, right, at 11
Yes.
o'clock. He's
Yes.
going to give it a try.
And we want
see
to
how it
thank
works out.
Ira for sitting in.
Right, we have
for-
Ira here with us. Yay, there we go. Oh, we got applause. I love it.
that.
This is great.
And can we introduce our guest for today?
Yes.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
I have one of my very, very good friends, one of my best friends, Jennifer Lentini. She's going to be talking about some interesting issues in a little bit. And Amanda Dobre, who I just met through Jennifer, and we're going to find out what she does is very interesting. But
I guess also today our theme is going to be barbecues.
Correct,
Because
barbecues.
we have Memorial Day coming up at the end of the month.
Right, so I
So
have
we'll be
these.
going
I have
over
these
things
for
like
my
that.
guests. I always bring little presents, and these are poppers. But we're not going to mess up the studio, so we will pop them at a different time.
Right.
But everybody's going to get one of those. And unfortunately, poor Tracy couldn't make it, so we'll have her on another time. She had some private issues come up, but we wish her the best.
Yes.
And
It was
and
a lot
so-
of fun last time when she was on.
yeah,
I think
she's
we
a
all
great
got pretty
she's
bombed,
a
I
great
think.
bartender.
Yes.
So I improvised and I got the instant made espresso martinis, but they're Irish cream, so they are very, very sweet. So everybody, let's make a toast, a
Oh,
pretend
yeah.
toast, because Jennifer's not
Yes,
drinking.
let's make a toast to Jennifer.
To Jennifer has something very important coming up, and
Yes.
good health and happiness to everyone.
Yes.
Cheers.
Okay, cheers.
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 So good.
Or as my people say, salute.
So
Or
who
Centani.
wants to talk about a barbecue experience first? Don't all come running to the punch. You want me to go first? Or?
Yes, I would like you to go first.
Okay, so I lived in a house for over 20 years. I was married. Now I'm divorced. And my ex-husband would never want to barbecue. And it's like, why do you own a house in the suburbs? Is to barbecue. So my neighbors who live right next door, they literally barbecued every friggin' night. And you know that smell
Yeah, of course.
the barbecue?
Yes, right, yep.
My mouth would like saliva, like with envy. And subsequently, I'm divorced and I have a new boyfriend. And my new boyfriend barbecues year round. He doesn't just barbecue like when the weather gets nice. He barbecues in the middle of the winter. He'll go out and he'll barbecue. And my daughter's boyfriend barbecues an amazing chicken. Like, it's the best chicken I've ever tasted. He just very meticulously watches it until it's perfect. I'm making myself really hungry right now. But so I love barbecue. I wonder if there's anyone in the world who does not love barbecue. I think it's universal. Do you know
I
anyone?
would think so. I mean, there's different countries, they have certain barbecue techniques and stuff like that. Like Argentine people have a certain technique that they use to grill their meats, and Portuguese,
That must be really interesting.
Yeah, that's really good. You ever go to some of the restaurants around here? Like there's a...
We're not allowed to talk about the restaurants.
Yeah, that's right. Excuse me, I shouldn't do that, right? But it's an experience,
Yes.
when you go to one of those places. It's pretty good.
So what about you guys? Jennifer?
So I just started eating meat again after like 16, 17 years. So barbecues have a newfound meaning for me because I got gout when I was young and I became vegetarian and all this stuff. So I was like, okay, I'm just not going to eat it. And then when I ended up on dialysis a little over a year ago, like my body was just craving chicken. Like in the hospital when I was there, instead of like, I want a cake, I'm like, I really just want like chicken parm and chicken and chicken and chicken. Like, what is going on? But your proteins, there's something wrong with us when technically, like when we're on dialysis, we just lose protein. So after I had my first meal at a restaurant, but a really good restaurant, but it tasted really good, chicken parm, and I have never looked back. And Ron, thank God, loves to barbecue. Yeah. So we get the skirt steaks and the pinwheel steaks. Now I can't get enough. Hot dogs, which I know are probably the worst thing for you, but I love a good hot dog now, and he just cooks everything amazingly. don't know. I realized what I was missing. My dad kept telling me I was going through a phase for years. He's like, you don't want any more meatballs or anything? I'm like, no, I'm vegetarian, Dad. It's fine, but there's nothing like a real burger. Like, I tried. I had all the fake burgers, everything that even looked like meat, but there's nothing like a real barbecue
But
steak.
they can barbecue, like, vegetables and make them
Yeah.
delicious.
Yeah, you can just grill
Oh my
them.
God, and corn and all
Yes.
that.
Yeah, corn,
everything.
yeah.
Barbecue
you
corn
put,
is...
you put
oh.
anything on the barbecue, it tastes better. I don't know.
My father used to barbecue a whole turkey on the
Wow.
barbecue.
Really?
That was really good. That was delicious.
And Amanda, what do you think of barbecue? You're so nice and thin.
Well, I mean, growing up, my dad was always the one that would barbecue at every single event. Everyone that knew that he walked through that door, they were like, all right, Mike's here. He's going to be barbecuing. And my dad used to just sit there and just chef it up all night long. But barbecues, I love a good burger, you know, hot dogs. I don't really eat hot dogs as much anymore. I don't know. But my kids love it. They love the corn on the cob and the vegetables. But I have to be honest, a lot of the barbecues that I've been to, I black out at that point because drinking and hanging out, so no one remembers how that night ends. But other than that, love a good barbecue.
That's a good party then.
Yeah, it's a good party, right?
And a lot of the barbecues are usually at people's houses in their backyards. Not always, but
Sometimes it's in the front yard.
Sometimes it's in the front yard. Yep. But you come casually dressed, or you can, scale it up. It all depends on who's running the barbecue. We always watch Housewives.
Yes,
right? And
that's
we're-
our favorite pastime.
we're big into the Housewives, and Kyle's always saying, "Come for a barbecue, dress, just cash." And then people come up and all dressed up in heels and this and that. And that's a great segue, because we're going to talk about what Amanda does. Amanda is a makeup artist, and she actually did Jennifer and my makeup, and I have never gotten my makeup professionally done.
It looks beautiful.
Well, thanks to
Fine,
you,
it looked amazing.
I looked
I
like a
did such
different
good job.
person. I was like, wow, like I couldn't believe that makeup could transform you like that. And you also did some of the Housewives. Are you allowed to talk about that, or it has to be private?
I have done, for when they come in here for events, I've done. But, everyone's great. They're really personable. They're just hanging out. They're great people. So, but as for doing, like, makeup in general, right? Like, for someone like you that's never done it, sitting there, it's always such a great, like, it's a fun, nervous feeling to be sitting there doing your makeup and like, oh gosh, what is she gonna feel like? What is she gonna like it when she's done? But like,
I loved it, by the way.
like, seriously, watching everything and just watching your face as soon as it's done, like, is priceless.
Well, a couple of things. Number one, I'm very sensory, so I thought if you have a lot of makeup, and to me, what you looked like when you were doing it was, she was like an artist, and like
Yes.
my face was the palette. And she literally had like a million things out, and she would just keep taking all these different things. And I was like, oh, I don't like the feeling of anything on me. And the makeup she used, I felt like I wasn't wearing any makeup at all, which is unbelievable, because you think if
Because
you
you thought I was layering, like, so you
It's-
just see me just keep going,
right,
and going,
right,
and going.
right, and it was very, very comfortable.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I was like, oh, when can I get this stuff off my face? So, so how did you become interested in doing that? Because you told me you were doing it for a long time.
Since I was a little girl.
Wow.
I watched my mom do her makeup all the time, and I would just be like sitting there watching her at a very young age. And then I used to take my makeup, like, as a kid, like, you're like 3 years old and you have
Yeah.
your little play set, and I would go to my grandma and I would just constantly, like, do them. And then it was something that just carried with me. I used to love, I love to paint. I used to, like, paint things for my family, and then, the little sun catchers that you put in
Yeah.
the window. And it went from there. And then growing up, you do your friends' makeup, and then you do yourself, and then I always wanted to be a MAC girl. So ever since I was a little girl, so I would go into MAC before you can even, before I could even work at that age. And I was like, I just want an application. And then I ended up being a MAC girl for 10 years.
You have to explain to a layman like me. I don't even know what that is. What is a
MAC
MAC?
Cosmetics.
Oh, it's like
So
a
it's like
line
it's a
of
brand,
cosmetics?
yeah.
Oh,
They're in the
okay.
mall. They have like different stores in the mall and different things.
Very cool. Very
Yeah,
cool.
So it was a lot of fun. And then after
So, being Ira and I are the only males here, what do men do in terms of makeup? What do
Like
you ever
male
do
grooming?
men or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, listen, some even like grooms sometimes want to be touched up because if they have redness on their skin or a little pimple, they like to have their eyebrows, either if it was fluffed up or, they want to look fresh and clean. So male grooming, that's, you could do that. Sometimes people like to contour some abs. So if you guys want that done, you just let me know.
Can you make me look like Ryan Gosling? Or
Yeah,
anything like
like,
that?
why
Can you
not?
transform me
Right?
into?
Hey, she
Why
made me
not?
look. She made me look like 30 years younger. With what
Really?
yeah, so that's what somebody came on and goes, "You
Now,
look like you're in your 30s."
I notice on television. I'm sorry to mean.
No, go ahead.
I notice on television, and I don't know if this deals with cosmetics, but there's a face cream for men that's supposed to take care of like the wrinkles and everything like that. It's called Particle or something like that. You ever hear of it? Or do they have anything like that? Like for
Well, there's things that you can put on your skin that will
Right.
help. I mean, listen, we all would love to have a cream that just takes away the lines but it comes with time. You have to be religious with it.
Yeah.
And if you're not religious, you're not going to see a result.
Yeah, because
So-
I'm coming up to like being over 65 now, right? So I would like to like do something to kind of get my skin or take better care of my skin.
Okay. Yeah.
So-
It really starts with you. Are you going to be religious with it? Are you going to do something that's like morning and night? Like, do you want a quick fix?
Uh-huh.
Like, you have to be like you're dedicated to it. It's not going to happen overnight. Especially,
Right, of course not.
Or you could.
Especially for me, it's going to take a lot of work. So,
No, but listen. Whether if it's women's skincare, men's skincare, it's always. I could honestly say, start at a good age and just continue to do it, and you will see results. Like if you're going to start something out of nowhere later on, you're not going to see something that's going to happen overnight. There are better products now than there have ever been, but as for men's skincare and women's skincare, I do suggest lathering it on.
Oh, it's crazy now. Like you see these kids. I remember using all these things like Noxzema pads and the apricot scrubs and stuff that we used to like scrub
Back in
our
the day,
faces
the
off
St.
with.
Ives, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Oh my God, the damage of
Yeah.
my generation. We used to put baby oil on our faces and lay out in the sun and Are we getting is it somebody for us?
No, it's an ad.
Oh my
okay.
God. They're...
Oh, we should have answered the telemarketer.
Yeah.
and tried to sell them something.
Do you have makeup for us?
What
I
do you
love
like
to
to do at
drive
a
them
barbecue?
crazy. I like
What do you
drive
like to eat?
telemarketers crazy. You should take.
Yeah, but as far as Jennifer goes, Jennifer was made. Tell the story of how you met Amanda and the organization.
So I had lost my hair after my transplant 29 years ago.
Don't
Somebody
worry
really
about
wants
it.
to talk to us.
Wait, should we answer them? Let me answer it.
It's like QVC.
Yeah, that'd be funny if somebody actually.
take the first call.
I could hear it. Hello.
Governor's Comedy Club. Who am I speaking to?
I can't hear it.
Mary is not here right now.
You mean the Mary that left with the big tall guy with the
You're
that's
actually-
6'4"?
You're actually calling a podcast live,
Do you
so
have any
you're
barbecue
you're on
questions?
the air, and
Yeah.
we're talking about
Or makeup
barbecue
questions?
and
Would you like your makeup done?
Yeah.
So I think you have the wrong number. That's okay. That's okay. All right, bye.
Tell her to tune in.
The craziest part was
Tune
just
in,
like
Mary.
Share the
talking
show.
to
Okay, Mary, he's gone.
you. Like I would have hung up. I would have been so embarrassed. Like, oh my God! But she was talking to you still. Like, oh, okay.
She knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
So sorry for the.
No. I think that's funny.
She called back twice in a row, so I figured I better tell her.
She seemed nice. Was she nice at least?
Yeah, she was very nice.
She could be a guest on the show.
She wanted to
tell her.
talk to Mary, and Mary is not here right now. So
Not that I know of.
Could you imagine if you actually had a Mary on the show tonight?
I'd put her on.
Like, here's Mary.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm sorry, Jennifer.
Don't be
you were
sorry.
talking about
That's life.
how you met Amanda, that you were going to a benefit and
Hair we share.
Hair
Yeah.
We Share.
I lost my hair very young after my transplant at 13. By 18, it will grow a little bit on the bottom, like male pattern baldness, but it doesn't grow.
Just so everybody understands, Jennifer had a heart transplant when she was a young teenager. One of the side effects of that was hair loss.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about what's happening with her right now. But she got into a conversation and found out about Hair We Share organization, and take it from there.
So at the Hair We Share, when I went there for the first time, they gave me this beautiful wig, and I was there with Ron and my dad, and we all started crying, and they asked me to kind of be honored at their gala, and I was like floored because I didn't know what to say. I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. But honestly, what was I was bald, like really. And they were just the sweetest people, like Suzanne,
really
Jo Marie Dean.
Yeah.
And when I met Suzanne, it felt
They're the
like we had
best.
known each other forever.
Yeah.
So then they tell me about this gala, and then it started really to become a princess moment. They had given me a dress from this woman, Kim, at Runway Couture. And then
She's got amazing dresses.
like amazing. Literally,
Yeah.
they fitted me for a dress. Like I was
Yeah.
never fitted for a dress. It was so nice, and they even made an option because I'm on dialysis and I have a port here, so they made an option that I could have the port shown, not the port shown. Then Ariel gave me jewelry, so this was all just leading up to it. And then Jo Marie was doing these videos leading up to it, and Suzanne and Dean would have me go there, and it was the night of the gala. And then also this woman Genevieve sent me for like a facial. It was just really very sweet.
Yeah.
And then at the night of the gala, they said that somebody was going to do my makeup, but I didn't know who it was or anything of that nature. So that's how I met Amanda. She was kind enough to do my makeup for the night, and it kind of all just fit into this princess moment. And then we realized that my boyfriend and her husband worked together. Yeah. It was like such a small world. And, you're there, and we just started talking. I feel like we just clicked.
Right, of course. And we felt like we knew each other for so long. Like, it was really such a great... I love doing that, too. Like, I love them. They're amazing people. They really have the best interest for everybody with the Hair We Share.
They really
are. They really do.
Just a great organization because, so for
and to
me,
watch her go, you were so happy. Like, you had everyone crying in the room.
It was.
She was even able to meet the people that donated their hair to her, which was so emotional. Like, it was beautiful. Like,
I love
it.
that.
Really was.
Thank God she was there.
I know, because I was like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
She had to fix up
Following
her
her
makeup.
around the room, like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Touch-ups.
Well, I didn't know I was going to meet them that night. And actually, the nice story about the lady that donated the wig that I have.
It was a girl and a guy, right?
Yeah.
It
was a girl and a guy. And the girl, because she hit menopause, it was the last wig that she was going to be donating because she had donated to them a lot.
Yeah.
So I have her last
batch
hair
of hair.
piece.
Yeah.
So it's really very sweet. And you could tell, it's like human hair. It's really nice. And it just feels really good.
Yeah,
And that's
that's
kind of
great.
how we met. Otherwise, I'd be going around bald. So...
Well, yeah.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I'm into
It's
it.
different for men than
Yes.
for women. Let's just
Yes.
get that off the bat.
I
right
mean,
there.
like, you could see, like, that's what I'd be like, yeah, it's good. But, so the problem that I had with it is, everybody asks questions after transplant in general. You get a lot of questions, so a lot of people then would always assume something else of why I lost my hair, and I don't know. I feel like I have that, like, perpetual happy face. Like, if I had a badass face, then I'd feel more comfortable. Be like, yeah, badass. And walk around bald. But it just gives you an option, and that's what Hair We Share really does. It gives you, if I ever did decide to be bald, I could, and because insurance only covers one hair a lifetime, one wig a lifetime.
Wow.
So if you're not,
I was going to say, really? Just
if you're going through chemo, they will give it to you every chemo treatment. But if you have it for alopecia or medicine-induced hair loss, insurance gives you one a lifetime.
Wow.
So I used up one a lifetime ago. And it's just such an amazing organization. And we got to meet and all just great things.
It becomes a community.
Yes.
It's so nice.
And then also, Jennifer, if you want to talk about what's happening now with you.
So I always kind of knew I'd probably need a second transplant at some point.
Because how long have we known each other?
Almost 10 years.
Yeah, so she got her first transplant when she was younger, and the hearts don't last forever. There's a shelf life, and so she had to get back on the transplant list, which it's very hard to. It's like competitive because there's so many people that need transplants, and again, would be her second transplant.
Yeah.
And you need a kidney transplant as well
Yeah.
at the same time.
I'm
So she just recently, and that's why we're doing the show like in honor of Jennifer, is that she just like 2 days ago, 3 days ago,
about like a week or so ago, I actually finally got listed, but it took me over a year. I've been on dialysis 14 months, and I think a lot of people think about dialysis, but they don't realize I'm very fortunate. My boyfriend's amazing, and he became my care partner. But to be at home dialysis, you have to go through training. It's training's like 4 days a week, 6 to 7 hours a day. He's working. We have doggies, and then not only just the training, but now we're at home, which is so much better because in center I just felt so horrible. But it's 5 days a week, and it ends up being about 4.5 hours a day because it's 2.5 just on dialysis. But you have to set up the machine, get off the machine, and it's your life. So we're just ready to hopefully get me transplanted this year. That's the goal of my doctors. But the sad reality is there's over 100,000 people in the U.S. waiting for a transplant and 8,000 alone in New York.
Wow.
So those numbers are not the best. And I try to stay as positive as I can. Today I had kind of a hard day just because every day you're doing dialysis, you're tired, whether you do it at home or you do it wherever. And by next week, they're trying to really gauge it. If I don't get any offers for a transplant, they're going to have to put me in the hospital because if you're in the hospital, you could be at a higher status.
Yeah.
But you could be in this hospital for 3 to 6 months.
Wow.
So,
and you know what's really interesting is Felix right here.
I know all about hospitals.
Yeah, you want to tell what you went through?
Well, a few things. Let's see. I guess I had prostate cancer, so I went through radiation. And then recently, my heart's okay. I don't really have like any blockage in it, But I was kind of paranoid because my father died. Every male in my family has had a heart attack and died at a young age, actually.
Man.
Yeah, I'm actually the oldest
Sorry.
so far. Well,
Wow.
maybe my grandfather, but my father passed away at 57,
That's young.
And my grandfather, who I'm named after, died at 67. So I'm kind of in between now, So even though like everything checks out really good on me, like my blood pressure and I don't have diabetes or anything like that, for a fat guy, I'm pretty healthy actually, But like,
you lost a tremendous amount of weight.
yes, I did. And
Like over 100 pounds.
Wow.
over 200 pounds.
Over 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Wow. Good
So
for
he
you.
has quite a journey too. And there was a point where we didn't think you were going to make it.
At least 3 times,
Yeah.
Wow.
So anyway,
Tell
I
us
said
your
to
secret.
my cardiologist, I said, I'm really paranoid and everything. And he said, you know what? He said, we gave you a MRI and everything, and I'm giving you some Lipitor because you have, some minor blockage like in your heart. But if it makes you feel comfortable, you could wear a monitor for like a week, something like that, right? So I said, yeah, I would like that, So you just slap it on you. I'm sure you know, right?
yeah, I've had them.
So-
you get used to it. It's kind of very weird because you're walking
Right.
around with this little box.
So
Right, you don't
It's like
even feel it
normal.
after
so
a
the
while.
the first day I put it on, right? Nobody's home, right? I was just like hanging out. I went to bed, right? And all of a sudden I get this phone call, right, from the monitor company, and they go, you need to see a doctor or go to like an emergency.
Oh my
I go,
God! Like they're
Wow.
monitoring.
I
they know.
said, yeah, I said, well, like,
whoa.
what's wrong? I feel fine. They go, well, no, you have to do that. I go, well, can you tell me what it is? Well, no, you're not a doctor. I'm like, well, how am I going to know, right? Is that like really, stupid or what? But that's the rules, I guess. So, I went to the hospital, and right away, like, it was so scary. Like, they put these giant pads on you for the, whatever they call it, the defibrillator and everything, and they keep it right by me. It's like this giant boombox,
Oh my God!
And they're going, how do you feel? Are you sweating? Do you feel any heaviness in your chest or anything like that? I go, no. I said, I feel okay. Because I was getting like, kind of like my heart was like kind of beating fast a few times prior to this. And I gave up caffeine and stuff, and it got a little better, So they're looking, and like I got like this. Every once in a while, I get this period of like these fast heartbeats, Like I'd go, normally my heart rate is like 57, you know, and it was like 120,
Oh, that's not good.
whatever.
That's not good.
Yeah, but it was only for like, it was under a minute, not even.
At least they were closely monitoring
Yeah.
you
Right?
and keeping an eye on you.
Anyway,
but
so-
I just want to say hi to Barbara McNeely, who is. I just want to say that's Terry McNeely's mom. I love her.
Oh, okay.
And we love you, Barbara. Yeah, it's like everybody takes life for granted, and when you go through something like what you went
I
through,
didn't even
what
finish.
Jennifer went through, I'm sorry. There's more.
Does
There's
anyone
more.
out there want to find out what happened to me? No.
Well,
so-
you're here.
Yeah, I'm here. Thank God. So, like, you know, my cardiologist, who I have a good rapport with, right? So they said, well, you know, we're going to have to keep you here because we want you to get an MRI, and you might have to get, you know, an angio, like through your wrist, to like for them to send it up and look at your heart and stuff, right? I said, really? Like, I'm really getting scared now, you know? So then the next day, they're prepping me for the angio, right? They go, you're going to do the angio first. I'm like, okay. So I had one a long time ago, and there was nothing wrong with me, right? So all of a sudden, they called this, it's like a cardiophysiologist or something. They handle like the heart rates and something like that. So this guy comes in, and he's got a foreign accent, and he says to me, oh no, he didn't say anything. My cardiologist came to me, and he was like looking really flushed, you know. He goes, you know, I don't really like to talk. I don't really like to talk about this, but I have to because I'm a cardiologist. I'm like, okay. And he says, you have some kind of thing, I forget what he called it, eurythmia, something like that, tachycardia, whatever, on the bottom of your heart. And that's really bad because we have to put like a defibrillator in you, because if you walk out of here today, your heart could stop. You could be anywhere and your heart could stop, and the defibrillator will send like little electrical waves to your heart to get it started again, right? I'm like, you're kidding me, right? I'm like, oh my God. I said, I'm gonna freaking die. You know what I mean?
Is that they had to do surgery for that?
Well, yeah, they got to put I'm sure Jennifer knows all about.
Yeah,
they
they have
like,
to implant the defibrillator, and it's
right, they got to
mechanical.
put
It's
this
like an assisted
defibrillator, and it
mechanical
shocks you
device.
every time your heart stops. It shocks you. So like, I could be talking to you right now, go down, and all of a sudden I'll like come up, right? So I'm like, this is gonna like be. I said, I can't believe it. What else am I gonna go through, right? And I'm like, you know, he leaves and everything, and the nurse comes over and is telling me, oh, you know, we're probably gonna have to. You're probably gonna have to take this medication, and then they're probably gonna have to do this and that. I'm like, you kidding me, right? I'm like, come on, man, I'm still like a young guy. I can't believe this, right? So I'm like, this is it. I call up my friends, please watch after my son for me. You know, I call up my ex-wife. I'm like, you gotta like make up with your son because I'm not gonna be around like forever, you know. And then I'm like calling my cousin up, you know, which you know my cousin, but I'm calling my cousin up and I'm saying, Joe, you know, whatever, you gotta like do this. And I'm like dying. I'm like praying to God and everything like that, you know, because I'm all there by myself, you know. So then the electrophysiologist guy comes in, and he said, I looked at all the information, the info that the company that did the monitoring, and he said, it's really not that bad. I'm like, what? He goes, it's on the top of your heart. It's something called the tachycardia, whatever. So every once in a while, you're going to get like a little eurythmia or whatever. I go, okay. I'm like, can that be fixed, you know? So he goes, well, you're already on metapropyl, right? And you're at 50 milligrams, so we can't really go any more than that because it's going to slow your heart down even more, you know? So just continue with the metapropyl. I go, well, what would you normally do for that? He goes, well, like we go in and then we kind of burn off some tissue and then you'll be all right. He says, but you have a screen in you. Because a long time ago, I got a screen in my leg
for blood
to
clot.
stop the blood clots, right? So I got everything. So all of a sudden, like, he goes, well, we can't really go in there with the scope because the screen's in the way. He goes, but, you know, it's okay, though. He goes like that. You'll be all right. It's just you're going to have some heart racing every once in a while. I go, so it's not like I don't need a defibrillator or anything. He goes, no, you don't. I go, did you happen to talk to my cardiologist about this? Because I'm hearing a different story, right? And he goes, I just got this information, so I get a chance to talk to him, right?
Yeah. So the point is that you both have been through quite a
Right.
bit.
So I had to
more,
do the
more
angio
than
anyway.
most people normally go through.
Yeah, so I had to do the angio, right? And they told me, well, they'll probably put a stent in you and everything like
I
that,
have 3
right?
stents. Yeah.
Wow.
So the doctor does the angio on me, right? And then he goes, okay, that's it, you're good. I'm like, what? I'm good? He goes, yeah, there's like some minor blockage or whatever. I said, I knew that already from like my cardiologist, So it's just crazy, I couldn't believe like what happened to
I think
me.
we all agree that going, being at the mercy of other people with your life, especially as you age and get older and become more vulnerable, these things happen.
Yeah.
So you have to get out there and barbecue more.
Yeah. It's,
Right. Speaking of barbecues.
Yeah, and he's
Richard
got
and
some
hanging out.
interesting questions, trivia.
Right, but
about
before
barbecues.
that, I'd like to talk about like my barbecues. Like,
Of
when
course.
growing up, I came from an Italian background, so barbecues are like an all-day event. I don't know if anyone ever went to a barbecue.
4th of July, forget it, right?
Right,
That's
it's
a
an
big
all-day
one.
event, and your relatives come and they bring like change of clothing because like they're there, literally. You're there till like 2-3 o'clock in the morning.
I never had any of that.
It starts off like at 12, and somebody will bring like homemade wine, or they'll have scotch because my parents were like from the World War II generation, so they drank scotch or gin and tonics, things like that, and homemade wine.
Well,
And
that's like Amanda was saying. By the time the food comes,
Right.
nobody cares.
I was like,
they
that's
start,
it.
they
Right,
started
Amanda?
off.
That's it.
My father had this parsley, lemon, chicken, garlic marinated, and then he'd barbecue that. He'd barbecue that, and then he'd do steaks and then corn and all that stuff. So everybody would eat that, Then my mother would come out with like a pot of snails, right, for them to eat, like in the tomato. So it was disgusting.
That I can pass
So-
on.
Yeah.
No.
But then all my
We
relatives
didn't have
would be
that.
there. All my relatives would be there. They'd have a pin. They'd take out the snails, and there'd be like mounds of snail shells, like in their bowl. And I remember going to the Italian market with my father, and I would take a snail, and I'd make a pet out of it,
Oh,
And I see them eating
And then
like,
you
all
eat
my
it.
pets, So anyway, so it would be an all-day event. Then at night they would do grilled sausage with the peppers, and then
That's good.
come back with clams and everything, like 2 o'clock in the morning. It was crazy.
well, it's like one of the things that I know that happens when you have near-death experiences and you are in the hospital is you are a little more appreciative of what everybody else takes for granted.
Right.
So one of the things I love about Jennifer is, I've known her almost a decade or maybe
Yeah.
more, and she doesn't take any day for granted. And I'm telling you, I get exhausted just watching her social media.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, like if I do something, I need a day to recover from it.
Yeah, we're
she'll be like back to back things, and she just puts as much as she can into it. So
You have to,
Yeah.
right, Jennifer?
It's
You
true.
really do.
That's the great thing with home dialysis. Like my doctors, because they knew before I got listed, because it's also a process. Like I had to get 4 teeth removed. I had to have a
Oh,
hysterectomy
gosh.
in between. I had they pretty much said in a nice way, the surgeon, if you're gonna bleed out on the table, like we're an investment to the hospital in a way.
Yes,
too.
that's right. They
So,
talk about all this stuff, right?
yeah. So he's like, well, if she's gonna bleed out on the table, we need to figure out how she's not gonna bleed. So I had to have a hysterectomy in between dialysis training, in between getting 4 teeth removed, while doing everything else. So even that's just to get, it's like the Hunger Games, like just to get me in the running.
Yeah.
And then they have a special board that decides who's gonna be listed. And like I said, right now, unfortunately, New York just has some of the lowest numbers. And the sad part is, I always try to ask people, would you want to receive an organ transplant? And most people will say yes. But if you ask them if they're a registered organ donor, most people say no. And that's the thing. With New York, we have such kind of a lot of different people. But sadly, even for me, when I think about it, I am looking to live, and somebody sadly is going to pass away. But what I had to come to terms with, even with my first donor, was that they were going to pass either way. That now it's just waiting for that next angel. And, now there's more barbecues, more stuff. Ironically enough, they said that's the best time that you're going to get transplants. is more in the summer and being out there. So we just kind of live our lives. Ron and I went to Disney, did our dialysis there.
I'm so happy you got to go to Disney.
Me too. I love Disney. Like
What you don't understand is Jennifer is obsessed and really loves Disney.
I told Bonnie
Like,
after transplant,
yes.
she's coming to Epcot with me.
There you go. You could drink around the
Me
world.
too. We're gonna go. Yeah, everyone's gonna.
You know, my son just came back from Japan like a month or two ago, and I didn't know this, but they have Disney World in Japan.
Yeah.
Oh, I
And they
didn't know
have-
that.
Yeah, he was showing me pictures of him and his girlfriend like in Disney World. over
Tokyo,
there.
Japan, Paris.
Yeah.
They have I
Yeah.
want to go see all the castles one day, but
Yeah, very cool.
I'm happy going to Epcot. My dad used to tell me when we were young that we traveled the world, and I would go back to school and be like, "Yeah, I traveled the world," until I connected it earlier in my brain that we went to Epcot, which is fine. No passports, no nothing. You just go and
Just go.
go see everything. And a fun fact about Disney: everybody in Epcot, the pavilions, have to be from that culture
Right. Oh,
or that
really?
country.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I didn't
Just
know
around,
that.
like when around the world.
Oh, so
so
they got to be that.
yes.
Oh, wow. I never knew that. It's interesting.
So you're honestly getting.
I went
Kind
there
of
as a kid.
best of
I
both
remember.
worlds.
Yeah.
Wow.
But now we're just really Ron and I
I don't
just
remember
want to
even
get me
seeing that.
transplanted.
Yeah.
We just the hospital scares me. I did it when I was young for 3 months, but to be in again, I've been in for a month here, stuff like that here and there. But just the thought about going back in and like you said, you're at their mercy. We have to figure
Yeah.
out, can the dogs come? When am I going to get? That's the hardest part of everything is the waiting. And a lot of people, when I told them that I got listed, they're like, "Oh, when are you getting your transplant?" I'm like, I wish that's how it worked, but sadly, it's not the reality. So that's why
Yeah.
Bonnie's amazing. She just helps me spread the word, and she just makes me happy. She comes over to my house, and we watch movies.
She just got the cutest little dog that looks exactly like Toto from The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, yeah.
And what's really interesting is when she went to go get the dog was an older dog. You know, everybody always wants to have the young puppies.
Sometimes
And-
old is better because they're
And
trained.
Jennifer, she said that this dog came up to her and just like ran into her arms. And when they found out, they asked about the dog. I think the dog was 14 years old.
Yeah, she's gonna
Oh,
be.
that's old,
That goes to
yeah.
show you mine and Ron's relationship. We're just like, oh, okay, the dog's 14 or 13, gonna be 14.
Yeah.
It got a little thing hanging from it. Well, I guess fine. We're gonna love it, and we have another dog, Muffin. So that's just it too. I think both of us have been through a lot of different things in both our lives, and you know, like you said, even there's a lot of things that I think that as a couple we just don't fight about because we just want to spend as much time together. And even in the hospital, it's crazy. Like, that's what we're planning. Can he bring an air mattress in? That's our lives, you know, and he's going to turn 50 this year. So I'm really hoping that I get my transplant. So even if we could have a little party and I have to wear a mask, we
Yeah.
could celebrate. Yeah. He'll be 50 in September. So it's like those things. I want to have another long, years. I had 29 years, and that's just, you know.
For me, I find that if there's if there's a soap or something like that that's like a certain scent and it reminds me of the hospital or the rehab that I was in,
You don't
I
want
can't.
it, yeah.
I have to throw it out. I
Yeah.
just can't have
Well,
that.
you were in the
memory.
hospital unconscious for a long time.
Yeah, I was in a coma for 4 months.
Oh my god.
Everything
gosh.
happened to me.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And they didn't think he was going to make it.
No, I wasn't going to make it 3 times. Every time
And he
I'd
said
have
he-
an operation, they'd say to my relatives and close friends and stuff, he may not make it, And sure enough, I wake up and they're like, after a while, they're like, they're getting tired of it, because I was supposed to be dying.
You got some
3
angels
times.
watching over you.
That's it. You're
Yeah.
a warrior.
I believe
That's it. You're
Yep.
strong.
Absolutely.
And hospital food, that's the one thing I won't eat it. Everyone keeps asking me if
Yeah.
I'm gonna need anything.
I
I'm like, bring
actually-
me food.
Northwell's not that bad,
The
though.
hospital
Their
food, I
food's
think, is
pretty good.
actually
I think
very
it's a
good.
psychological thing for
Could
me.
be.
in
It's
all
a
honesty,
psychological
that I'm
thing
like,
because it is good. Because
Yeah.
Well, no, now you eat meat. So
Yeah,
it's different.
That's true.
Right.
That's
You weren't
true,
eating
too.
meat.
Yeah, if the vegetarian options
I was gonna
anywhere
say, you
are always
probably were
not
just
good.
getting-
It's funny
Yeah.
because Ron ate my food, my dad had ate my food.
Everybody
I'm
eats
like,
the
"Give me-
hospital food."
Everybody give me other stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but Northwell's pretty good. They have you could actually call in what you want. You tell them, they give you a menu. You call it in, and then they bring it up with certain times.
If I have to wait, maybe you could bring me real food, chef food.
I was
Chef it
a
up.
food
Yeah.
production manager for a hospital,
Call it,
so
yeah, give her the good
I'm very
stuff.
critical of hospital food. Yeah, but the Northwell's pretty good.
So Amanda, as far as your makeup,
Yes.
how could people contact you on social media if they want to get their makeup done?
You could follow me at makeup_by_Amanda _ and on my Facebook as Amanda Dobry. So that the first one was Instagram.
And
then-
I highly recommend her. I was
We both
so
do.
Thank
so
you.
thrilled
You guys
with
are the best.
And even if you just want to get it done, like we went out for our birthday dinners. Like
Yes.
I think people think about, oh, I can only
Oh,
get it
geez.
done for a
For a
wedding,
wedding,
or a
right.
party. Live your life. Go.
That's
go.
right.
We went to dinner.
Right.
We had a great dinner, and then that was
It's
it.
so nice. If you look good, you feel good, and when you feel good, you look good. So it goes hand in hand with each other. So I
Absolutely.
suggest everybody, even men, if you ever want anything, let me know.
If I can look like Ryan Gosling, I'll make the most of the rest of my life.
That's your
So.
challenge.
That's it. That's it.
No, a lot of men now are much more concerned with how they look than in the past. I think, you know.
I think, well, even back in the day, I think, you know, from the pictures that I've seen, I mean, everyone looked very sharp. I feel like people, you know, besides going to war, you were in business suits, right? And then I feel like as time went by, I mean, some people might have lost it. But I do, like, nowadays, like, I do definitely think, you know, I have my oldest son, it's the new thing for the kids are, like, the big hair, right? So literally all day long he's like shaking his head, right? And I'm like, and then he got a haircut. But even like if I was like to wake him up, Dom, you got to get up in the morning, you know, he was like waking up like with his hands in his, I'm like, you still got to wake up. Like he's literally doing it in his sleep like now, you know. It's funny because I even tell my children, like, I want you guys to look good and feel good, because it really, it changes everything. It really does.
Like also the younger men, and the older men, they use product in their hair.
I was gonna
That's
say
that's
that.
why when you're saying
The
like
boys
this,
now, they
right?
love the product.
Yeah,
It's like that messy kind of look on the top of the
it's
head.
it's a very planned, messy look.
yeah.
overly planned. But yeah, as far as you know, the whole society as a whole, unfortunately or fortunately, judge you on how you look. So anything that you can do that makes you feel better about yourself, I never judge anybody on what they want to do. If you know, so like I know young women who are gorgeous who are getting Botox at like in their mid-20s, and I'm thinking to myself, that's crazy. But you know what? If they do it and it makes them, even though they don't need it, if it boosts their ego, and they can feel more confidence in themselves, then I'm okay with it. I don't think I personally think it's ridiculous because they're beautiful as they are, but I've learned that it doesn't matter what other people say. It's what you say to yourself, and whatever you can do to make yourself feel better about what you look like, I think you should do it, because like you said, if you feel better about how you look.
Well, if you feel
know.
good, you look good. If you look good, you feel good. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It goes hand in hand. So, you know, even what you're saying with the Botox, I mean, no one ever wants to look older, right? Like youth is something that we want
It's
forever.
back. It's timeless.
Right.
Shakespeare had a quote. It's escaping me right now, but it's in the Romeo and Juliet
Movie.
the movie, which I love, with Olivia Hussey.
Yes.
It's like one of my favorite movies, and it said, "The fairest maid, she then will age. So does youth. So does the fairest maid." Meaning, you could be the most beautiful woman in your 20s. You're still going to get older unless you die. That's the alternative.
Right.
You know. So. It's
true.
You know Shakespeare.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
always
Talking
so
a lot
much
about
fun.
death here, aren't we?
No, I'm not talking about death. I'm
But
just
that is
saying
Shakespeare.
that, you know, Olivia Hussey as Juliet was beautiful and young, and, you know, every people that come along, the next generation of young, beautiful women come up, and then they're going to age. And they're not going to be the ones that get all the attention and all the looks and everything else. And that goes to the men, too.
Unless you're Susan Sarandon, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, she has no soul, so that's another.
I also just saw The Devil Wears Prada too, and they look
Oh, I
like they
wanna
didn't
see that,
age
yeah.
at all either. But like you were saying, I think that I actually even asked them. Now I signed, because you have to sign all this paperwork. Get your, I said, can I get a tummy tuck and a boob job when you're in there? And the guy like looked at me like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah, I'm serious. They're not gonna do it, but even if
Might
it's
as well
to
just
show you,
ask,
I
but
was
it
like,
doesn't hurt.
if I'm gonna be cut open
Doesn't
anyway,
hurt.
can't you just fix a little bit
You're going to
too?
get reconstructed. You might as well just
They
go
probably
all the
think
way.
now
That's what I
I'm
wanna
insane,
do.
but thank God. Like, it's true though. You just want to feel good, even with the hair. Can I walk around bald per se? Yes. Do I feel better having hair on? Yes. So
It's a lot of people's blanket. It's a security blanket.
yeah,
at
like
the end of the day.
even just like now, like Joe Marie will do my hair. It's great though because I drop it off and it comes back, so it's like really good. I don't even like it just that, but just
Jeez.
being able to
Yeah.
miss so much. Like I didn't get to go to the salon growing up. Like hair is so important. Like even that you were saying, like people judge so much. Like oh, they'll tell me oh just go bald or do this, but why can't I feel like telling them why don't you go shave your head if it's that easy?
Yeah.
You know, like I think people shouldn't judge like you were saying. If it makes you feel good and it's not
Right.
harming anybody else.
And even the people who have hair, they put in extensions. They wear wigs just to mix it up. It's like a whole industry. It's a whole industry of making yourself look better than you think you did before.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. And if you have the time and energy and money to spend on it, I say go for it.
Go for it.
And yeah. So Jennifer, how can people find you on your social media?
You could go to my Facebook, Jennifer Lentini. It's my name, Lentini, and just please think about becoming an organ donor because you're not just saving my life, but everyone's life that I touch and everybody around me. You're saving so many other people. And my first heart, I was saved by a young boy named Matthew, and his mother said that he would have wanted to be an organ donor if he could have been. He was only 14. But sadly, if your loved one passes away, either the truth is the organ either literally goes in the trash or you could help somebody with it. That's what happens. So I really just hope that people think about it, and it could happen to anybody, and just not take their life for granted, like you said, to just really enjoy everything. That's why go get your makeup done like Bonnie and I did. Go out, watch the Housewives, just enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Enjoy it with the people that you love too.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm very fortunate. Like, I met Ron. I'd like to have a long, long life with Ron. I only met him, it'll be 2 years in September. So a lot happened. I got very sick very early on. So I just want us to have that point now where I can recover and we could just lead our lives and everything.
Well,
So-
this is a weird segue, but back to barbecue
Back to
trivia.
barbecue
We're talking about
trivia.
organs and barbecuing.
We have about 9 minutes, so back
Hey.
to barbecue trivia.
Yeah, all right, here we go. I don't know if, honestly, I read these, and I don't know if anyone's really going to get these, but
We probably
it's gonna be
won't.
fun.
Oh.
We're the eaters of the barbecue. We don't do
I
the
was gonna say my
barbecue.
husband's
True.
probably watching and laughing right
Although
now.
this gentleman over here, Ira, I went over with it. He's very well knowledged at barbecue. Would
Oh,
you like to participate?
Can we text them?
Yes, of course.
Not the
Ron,
first two
text
questions.
Ron. Do we get a phone call?
You want me to answer the ones that I already know?
No.
Come on.
Don't.
Do we win a free
All right, well,
barbecue
here's-
at the end of this?
Oh, that's true. She has
Here's
a good
two
question.
right here.
wait, what's your
What do we
question?
win? Do we win a free barbecue after this is all done if we win?
We go to
Yeah,
Ira's
sure.
house.
Go to Ira's
Barbecues for us.
Actually, I'm a chef, so I will cook a meal of your choice. How's that?
Oh, nice.
What,
That would be
all
good.
right.
All
All
right.
right. Well, what's
So-
your favorite barbecue? Let me ask you that.
Me,
Yeah.
my favorite, barbecue place or barbecue?
No,
You
like
can't
the
say
barbecue.
place.
Like,
Oh,
what do
the
you like?
barbecue.
Yeah.
I always enjoy a good steak, and I love like barbecue. Putting the corn on the grill.
No, like what brand? Like, do you have a specific brand like of the barbecue that you
A
like?
barbecue sauce, like.
No, like the
grill.
The grill. Thank you.
Oh.
The barbecue grill.
I got
Sorry.
you.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, wait, hold on. Am I saying something wrong? No, but yeah.
Yeah, like my
Barbecue grill.
favorite.
We say like the Weber, right?
Oh, favorite grill? Yeah, Weber's always good.
Okay.
But I don't like gas. I like to use charcoal.
Yeah.
I've heard that
Something different
charcoal
like
is
that,
very
you know?
good.
Like they have that big round one. That's what
Oh,
I
that
like.
egg one, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. Now I understand. I'm also deaf too. Amongst others. So the first question is: every backyard barbecue has that one person who insists on flipping the meat too often. But according to grill masters, how many times should you actually flip a steak?
Oh, wow. I would say 4 times.
Yeah, that's what I would say
I'm
too.
going to say 6.
Once. That's it.
Wow.
Once?
Just once.
Maybe that's why my meat always doesn't look good.
That's why we suck
at
at
this.
steaks.
I let my boyfriend do the barbecue.
That's why we're the receiver
Because-
and
Yes.
eater of barbecues.
Maybe that's why I always say medium
when you
well.
put the
I mean
steak
medium
initially
rare,
down,
and it always
right?
looks medium well.
Oh, go ahead.
I like mine almost
more than you
rare.
guys.
Rare, like hardly cooked.
Oh, you want it
Mooing.
mooing?
I like
Yeah, mooing right out.
That's
do you
why
like
they,
yours?
you just
I like
put it
mine
on the grill
medium
for 2 minutes
Okay,
on each
I
side.
like it
and you're done.
medium.
I will
used to
try
be
to cook my
medium
own steak at
well.
one point.
Yeah, no, I like
Now I'm down to
All right,
medium.
question number 2. In
We-
barbecue terms, what does low and slow actually mean?
I would say low is the heat, and
Yes.
slow is how long you cook it.
Wow, that's it,
Ding,
exactly
ding, ding,
right.
ding.
I can't
Very
believe I
good.
got that right.
Applause.
That's good.
I win a pop bottle. Boo!
Okay,
and
this
some
is a good
pretzels.
one.
I never served the food.
Which country is widely credited as the birthplace of modern American barbecue culture?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Texas?
Which
Which
country?
country.
it says.
Wait,
I would say
wait. I'm like, wait,
This
hold
is kind of a vague.
it's probably not the
question.
United States. So
No, I'm going to say it because no
Yeah.
one's going to get it.
Greece.
The United States, specifically the southern states.
well, yeah. I mean, that.
I said Texas.
Yeah, she did say
Traditionally,
Texas. Right. Like that makes sense.
Kind
There's a
of
lot of
country.
barbecue.
I give Jennifer the credit.
There you
Jennifer
go.
gets the credit.
Here you go. What's the main difference between grilling and barbecuing? Because people grill and people barbecue.
I think what you cook it on.
Grilling is fast and hot. Barbecuing is slow
Slow
and
and steady,
smoky.
Ah,
Okay, that's a good one.
you knew it.
So you could literally decide as you're barbecuing if you're grilling or you're whatever by
Right.
how fast you do it or how
Right.
slow you
If
do
you
it.
want more of a smoky
If you
taste,
want hibachi.
you're gonna go
Yeah.
with
Like that.
whatever.
Is hibachi considered barbecuing?
Yes.
Oh.
It's Japanese though.
I like
originally.
that.
Yeah.
Me too.
See that?
Because they have the flat top. You
Yes.
just use the
Oh,
flat
this
top.
is one everyone should know. Because I
Uh-oh.
know. True or false? You should press down on your burger while it's cooking to make it cook faster.
I know this one. No.
False.
You're not supposed to do that
Even though I
because you
do it.
mess the juices up.
Yes,
you
that's
waste
right.
the
The
juices.
flavor and everything.
I was going to say true.
Keep it that way. Very
That's
good.
why I don't touch his barbecue.
I mean, we shouldn't do it, but I still do it anyway because I'm like, all right, make sure.
It-
Yeah.
Here we
If
go.
you like a flatter burger,
why,
you
I
do it
don't know.
anyway.
Right. Although if you notice, like you go to the diners, they press down on the
Yeah, the-
And they'll
flat
do
top.
smash
burgers.
And that's
Yeah.
why they
Smash burgers,
See?
right.
Yes.
Home of the good burger.
But you only smash it once, though. You're not going to do it. All right, let's see. Here it is. What's the name of the metal tool that keeps your hands safe from the heat while flipping steaks?
Oh, it's that the spatula.
The spatula, but like, wait, are we
The
talking
tongs.
about the tongs?
Big
Right,
Tongs,
there you go.
tongs.
What's
There
the
you
thing
go.
I'm thinking
The-
of?
You're talking
You're
about the
thinking of this-
spatula.
Like with
Oh.
the burgers.
But-
But tongs.
I
tongs.
use a spatula.
Being a chef, tongs are like an extension, really, because I use tongs for everything. Even if I pick up something or,
But
or
won't
move
the
a
burger-
tray out of the
Won't
oven,
the
I use
burger
my
fall
tongs.
apart if you pick
The
it up
steak.
with a tongue?
No, this is for steak.
Oh, I thought you said.
No, burger.
I didn't
you
know
could
it was
do
a.
that.
And Ron just cooked
I didn't
steak
hear
the
you
other
say.
day.
But if
so
you're
he
skilled
used a
enough,
tongue.
you could
That's the
actually
only
use
reason why I
tongs on
remember.
burger.
I didn't really hear you say a steak.
All right. Well,
So we have 3 minutes left.
3 minutes left. I think we're good now, right? What do you want to talk about? Anything else for 3 minutes? Or
I just
another
want to say.
question?
I just wanted to say that yesterday, I on another network. I won't say which one. I actually got to meet Anthony Cumia's brother, who did our podcast with us, Joseph Cumia, and he was on the whole podcast, and he's a musician, and my other co-host Mark White is a musician. It was really cool to watch the two of them. Mark White was from the Spin Doctors, and Joseph Cumia is a very well-known musician. To see them talk about which is their favorite bass, it was like watching masters. We're talking about masters of barbecue. They're
Right.
masters of music. Talk about music. It was really, really cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so that was yesterday. And, that's about it. That's all I wanted to say.
I don't
What
know.
do you
Is
wanna
Ann
say?
Rothney watching it all? No.
No, I
was going to ask her something, but I guess I'll have to message
only
her.
Barbara's watching.
Oh,
She's not
okay.
saying
Hi,
anything.
Barbara again. Thank you
We're
for
very
watching.
popular today.
We're very popular. But we're going to share the show so you can watch it
Right.
anywhere you want.
Anytime.
And-
YouTube.
And also go online.
Everybody's outside in the nice weather.
That's probably what it is.
barbecuing.
And it's daylight more.
It's
more
daylight. They're out
now,
there
so.
eating and enjoying themselves.
Anyway,
We're going to go out and eat after.
I was going to say, I mean, if you're looking for
But we're not going to
something-
barbecue.
When you're
No,
not
we're gonna get
barbecuing
served.
and you're looking for something to do on the weekend, look up Gov's Comedy Club to see who's appearing and go and come down here, watch a show, have some of the
They
food.
have great food here. I love their
Yeah.
food. I love their
I
food.
like their chicken tenders.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the meat.
Yeah.
And also, I want to
Like
say,
literally
I would
everything.
like to say, Jennifer, all our prayers are with you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I will go to my church and I'll put you on the list and everything like that.
Thank you.
You know.
Yes.
And I pray every day since everything's been happening to me, and I will always keep you in my prayers.
Thank you. Hopefully, sooner or later, I could come on and be recovered and say I got
That's
transferred.
it.
Yeah, and we'll
That'll
talk
be
about
it.
the
Yeah.
after.
Yeah.
After. And thank you, Amanda, so much
Of course,
for
thank
coming.
you guys so much for having me.
Thank you,
was a
Ira.
great
for
show.
running.
Yes,
Yeah,
Ira,
everybody.
thank you.
So
Let's give
fun.
Ira a
Thank
hand.
you.
You did a great
Thank
job.
you. Now we have to have a
Tony,
barbecue.
take
and we have to
care.
have
Yeah,
food.
Felix,
Take
we're
your
coming
time
over.
coming back home.
And share the show, share the show, share the
Feel
show.
better, Tony.
Good night,
That's it.
everybody.
Good night.
Good
Take
night.
care.
Good night.
Bye.